president's ardent wish that we call in renowned speakers from outside, I am very happy to say that today we have in our presence a person who specially come all across the way from Pune to deliver a power talk. Ridhima is a leadership coach, facilitator, and a corporate trainer. Her expertise lies in neuro-linguistic programming and applying the applications in business environment. She has trained more than 8,000 people and is on a mission to train or transform millions of people and change their lives. She believes that human brain can learn anything if followed in a structure. Let's have a round of applause for Ridhima. Now, about what she's going to speak today. Today, the talk has mostly been about talking to the CEOs and how to pitch ideas to them. Ridhima is going to take us a step closer. In fact, she's going to tell us how to reach the boardroom. For example, you might have the best proposal, the best plan, or the best business idea. It will amount to nothing unless you don't pitch it to the right people. Today, Ridhima will tell you 3 things you need to do to reach the boardroom. Let's welcome Ridhima on stage. Ridhima, reach the boardroom. Reach the boardroom, Ridhima. All the best.
Thank you so much for
Just before you start, you have 10 minutes.
Yeah.
At 6 minutes, a green card will go out there.
Sure.
8 minutes, red card, and then at 10 minutes, and then at 10 minutes, the red card.
Okay, so green, yellow, red.
Yes.
As the
Like a traffic lights.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Reverse of that.
Yep, sorry.
Reverse of the traffic.
Okay. Fine. So, how many of you would like to reach the boardroom? Say aye.
Aye.
Okay, good. Nice to see that all of you would like to reach the boardroom. Everyone's dream is to get that contract which is there in front of you, lying on the desk for all of us. The contract is ready, the idea is ready, the thought is ready, and now you're gonna meet the guy or the girl, maybe, in the boardroom waiting for you. Now, what happens is that there's one very single thought which can actually help us to move towards the 3 tips which I want to talk about today. Now, that one single thought comes from the very simple story of Bill Gates, who had a call from LQ saying that, do you have a software ready for my computer? Although he didn't have any at that moment, and he said, yes, we do make it. That's called, in your neuron, I work on neuro-linguistic programming, that's called, in your neuron, a strand. A strand which transforms the smaller neural pathway to the bigger neural pathway, which is called in Hindi as a kacha rasta to the pakka rasta. A smaller to the bigger. He had a belief in his brain that yes, we do have it. The first thumb rule is yes, the belief. Although I can tell you that belief is everything, even if you have a belief, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it, I can make it, that motivation will last for some time. You really need those tools and techniques to actually reach that boardroom. And I'm going to share those uncommon and unsaid techniques and tools which I have utilized in my own life, actually with the people in the boardroom, and actually reach there easily, naturally, and effortlessly. These are some unconscious patterns of the brain, which not many people are still utilizing. There are a lot of people still unaware of the unconscious pattern. Point number 1, it goes to say yes, even if you don't know that you can do it, and do it differently. I repeat, say yes, even if you don't know how to do it, and do it differently. It goes way back. It's back when I was asked by the HR head of one of the IT companies in Pune, stating, do you have a corporate module, which I never made, corporate module, step by step, to showcase that how are you going to take up XYZ particular corporate session? I said, yes, I do have. And I went back, and now the question would come like, okay, go to Google and search about how the corporate module would be made. I'm sorry, I did not do it. I realized this when I was actually making your speech. I realized I did not go to Google. And that's why I say yes and do it differently. And I actually made up that 15 minutes each level of a corporate session. 15 minutes each level, like what exactly, how am I going to do it? And then sooner or later, the next day when I sent that module, a call came. The second thing, say yes, not only with doing it differently, say yes with unconscious rapport. Say yes with unconscious rapport. In the room, you have different variety of people. You have one or many. You can use this for one or for many. We'll start with one, then we go to many, right? The right practice will help you there. Now, how do you do it with one? When I say yes with unconscious rapport, I mean saying yes with the same pace of the body language, the same pace of tonality, and the same pace of the linguistic patterns. I repeat, it is not only with body language, tonality, I'm talking about linguistic language patterns. When you actually combine all these three and pace together, for example, let me give you a very quick example. Milton Erickson, who is no more now as a psychologist who has lived in US and has done great work all over, he used to use a lot of pacing with his clients. And here it goes. So this is Milton Erickson, and he is sitting over here, and that's his client. The client comes to Milton Erickson saying, oh, you know what? It's not working. Let's just take it off. Milton replying to the same client, oh, you know what? Sit down. We'll make it work, and not off. He used to have the same patterns of linguistic, same patterns, if you noticed, of breathing. We breathe from three major areas, from the stomach, below the chest, and above the chest. While you are doing all of this, one other thing which you need to remember while having your unconscious patterns, the next thing is always remember what you know is you don't know. You believe you know the pain area of your client. So, go a step down, dig deep more. What you know is you don't know. What you do is, what we do is what I've learned in my experiences. We always run around the bushes. Yes, 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 I've got your requirement. Yes, 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 I've understood everything. Yeah, I know everything. Right? However, using a technique called meta questioning. Using a technique called meta questioning, you can actually dig deeper to the unsaid things in the boardroom. Very simple. A very simple example to a meta question is, if the person says, oh, you know what, everything is good, but I don't think this idea will work. Generally, what the answer is, oh, no, not like that. This idea will definitely work. I'll show you this paper, I'll show you that paper, I'll show you this analysis, I'll show you that analysis. Then you're going on a wrong track. You're breaking the rapport of the person, and the rapport is at the unconscious level, not the conscious level. The next time you'll not be called in the boardroom there. What you need to do is break the unconscious rapport. So here it goes, a meta question to the person. When the person says, oh, you know what, this idea will not work here. The meta question from your side would be, I understand. So that's what I was thinking, what we can do together to make it work. Simple. Or the other meta question, which is a strong meta question, which comes as, alright, I'm sure there are things which has not worked before with you and worked later. The ideas which you thought didn't work but worked later. Do you have something like that as well? Maybe. So these are techniques of meta questioning. Now, you cannot ask a meta question until and unless you have a strong unconscious rapport, which comes through a technique of pacing and leading. So I repeat 3 very brief things. Say yes to do it differently, not the way the other person is doing. Say yes with unconscious rapport using a technique of pacing. Pace with the person, pace with the right word, the same word. I'm saying the same word, I'm uttering the same word. Pace with the same pattern of tonality. And pace with the same body language, the movement. And the third one is use the meta question, dig deeper. Always remember, there are a lot of things which are unsaid in the boardroom. And I always believe, I'm a corporate trainer, when I leave the room with the HR heads, we have a pattern, and that is, oh, you know what? The problem is not what you said on the phone or over the phone. The problem is quite different. And we'll present you a new plan for this. This won't work at all. And the eyes are open. Okay, how did you know that? Is just because I use pacing, I use leading, I use patterns, and then I use a meta question and open up something which was not there on the table at all. Certainly used it with many people now, and I can guarantee you if you use it with the right practice, it requires practice, with the right practice, you definitely reach there. And the last thing but not the least is, always remember, is that people like people who are like whom? Like them. I repeat. People like people who are like them. So always remember, the other side of the table who is sitting as boardroom is also the similar the way you are. Think that way. And they also want to reach the boardroom of another corporate. Make them believe that you are here to make them reach the other boardroom. And you're done with it. Thank you so much for hearing me out.